And away we go. We should be live here soon. Gonna check both of our feeds, Instagram and YouTube. And there we go. Instagram is now live as well. There's our chat. Looking good. All right, guys. Welcome to your morning medication. And we're gonna get started. I got a couple great videos for us to look at. State Line, good morning, buddy. Good morning, guys. Hello, hello. We got a couple good clips to look at this morning for your Saturday morning. And it's going to be a quick, I call it quick, but it's going to be your Saturday morning medication to get your weekend started, get you a little juicy, some juicy clips and some juicy commentary so that we can enjoy a great weekend. So you guys ready? Let's get this kicked off. State Line, if you notice, I just put the Instagram chat now so you can see all the Instagram chat up top as well. And then, yeah, let me see if I can make that even better so we can get this started and going. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning. Let's do it like this and get more of this chat in there. There we go. I think that'll be good right there. And then we'll boom, 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 boom. And there it is. Now you can see Instagram chat up here. And then you can see right below YouTube chat. All right, cool. So I just created a new clip, and maybe if you guys, if many of you guys want to see how to do that, I'll show you guys how I make these clips. This is you're looking at a clip that I just made this morning. Okay, let's see. So yeah, grab your coffee, start your morning routine. You can put me in your ear, and I will keep you entertained for a little while you get your morning started. Yeah, State Line, it's there. So now you guys on the Instagram side, you got to watch what you're saying a little more carefully. You guys always do, but it's all good. But let's go through some juicy clips. Okay, so guys, if you're not aware, Kamala Harris just came out with a book called 107 Days. Okay, and she just came out with this book that basically speaks to the reasons why she failed in the last election. And let me see if I can pull this up for you. Kamala Harris book. So this is Kamala Harris and her book, guys, called 107 Days. You know, not trying to promote her. I'm just trying to tell you what's going on here. She's trying to tell us why she lost the election. She says she only had 107 days. What does that mean? Is that not enough time? Let's see what JD Vance had to say. I just made this clip for this purpose. You guys ready? This is, again, if you guys want to learn how to make these clips, I'm happy to show you how to do them. I just made this right before doing starting the stream with you guys. So here we go. This is JD Vance telling us why or what his take is on this. Ready?
The campaign.
Ready? I'm going to click it from the beginning. 1, 2, 3.
I listened to Kamala Harris for 90 seconds, and I actually feel like I've gotten dumber in the process, and I have no idea what she actually believes. That's the problem with Kamala Harris, and it's going to continue to be her problem unless she actually learns how to develop a viewpoint, articulate it for the American people. Just say what you actually believe. Don't do this word salad, talking around in circles. It doesn't work, and it's why she didn't win.
She is now blaming the campaign, her loss, for the fact that it was short. That's one of the main things she cites. She had more time, could have gotten more traction. Your reaction to that?
My reaction is if you look at the polling, both the public and the private polling, the problem is not that Kamala's campaign was too short, it's that it was too long. That when people actually listened to what she had to say, her polling went down and down and down. I think that if we had a 150-day campaign, we probably would have had 3 additional Republican senators, and Donald Trump would have won by an even bigger landslide, because the more people know about Kamala Harris, the more they realize there's no substance there. I listened to Kamala Harris for 90 seconds, and I actually feel like I've gotten dumber in the process, and I have no idea what she actually believes.
So that's JD Vance's take, guys. He feels dumber, and I feel dumber. And we're kind of exaggerating, but you get nowhere listening to her conversations, and that's why we in many people's opinions, she had. I mean, if she had more than 107 days, so this is her book that she just came out with, and we all know why she wrote a book, right? Kamala Harris wrote a book because she didn't win the election and she probably needs money. And this is a great way to make money and to put the blame on something else. So 107 days was not enough, in her opinion, according to her book. However, if you ask many other people, 107 days, I mean, if she had more time, she would have lost by even more of a gap from Donald Trump. And let's hear this one more time because we're going to put on some others and we're going to go through. Hello, Hope Beauty. Hello, everybody else. Thank you for joining. Welcome to your morning medication. Subscribe, and I'll keep bringing you these wonderful, entertaining little moments in your morning and evening. And we'll enjoy some clips and talk about it together. Ready? I'm going to play this one more time. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
I listened to Kamala Harris for 90 seconds, and I actually feel like I've gotten dumber in the process, and I have no idea what she actually believes. That's the problem with Kamala Harris, and it's going to continue to be her problem unless she actually learns how to develop a viewpoint, articulate it for the American people. Just say what you actually believe. Don't do this word salad, talking around in circles. It doesn't work, and it's why she didn't win.
She is now blaming the campaign, her loss, for the fact that it was short. That's one of the main things she cites. She had more time, could have gotten more traction.
This is the part.
Your reaction to that?
My reaction is if you look at the polling, both the public and the private polling, the problem is not that Kamala's campaign was too short, it's that it was too long. That when people actually listened to what she had to say, her polling went down and down and down. I think that if we had a 150-day campaign, we probably would have had 3 additional Republican senators, and Donald Trump would have won by an even bigger landslide, because the more people know about Kamala Harris, the more they realize there's no substance there. I listened to Kamala Harris for 90 seconds.
Guys, how many of you guys, those of you that are on the left, how many of you agree that you could have had a better candidate in Kamala Harris? Be honest. And either way, if you don't agree or you do agree, let me know. I wasn't impressed with Kamala and these two. Jerry, are you on the left? Just out of curiosity, I'm curious. How many of you on the left, let me know in the chat, agree that you could have had a better candidate than Kamala Harris? Real deal Skip, are you on the left? Let me know if you're on the left. If you're on the left, please just type in L so we know left. And we won't attribute that to being a loser. That's not what it means. Just let me know. Just hit L if you're on the left. Oh, man. Okay, so you're on the left. Okay, so Jerry's on the left and Jerry agrees. I appreciate that. M, I don't know what M stands for, but L, I know L means you're on the left. RTC, do you also agree that you could have had a better candidate in Kamala Harris? But I will vote Republican. Okay, yeah. So this is the issue with what I went on a crazy rant on yesterday. With Kamala Harris, we didn't feel like, so I was on the left, and what happened is I was very recently on the left and I came to the right. And what happened is I started unraveling a few things and actually using my, thinking for myself. And when I realized some things about, and I showed you guys this yesterday, I'm going to just show this again for those of you that are joining right now. So this right here, guys, is a big question mark. If you're on the left, and you're like me, when I was on the left, a big thing for me was virtuous. We're virtuous. We are for freedom of speech, freedom of expression. We're liberal. We're this, that, and the other. We want to do good things for people that are in need. We want to treat people well. We want to do all these kind of good things. And so that's what that's what was like important for me as a Democrat when I was a Democrat. Now, when you look at things like this, 1 year ago down here, you got Zuckerberg saying that IG and Facebook were censoring because they were being pressured by Joe Biden, and they were actually forced by the FBI, which Joe Biden used. Then a year later, Google comes out and says, okay, they finally admit that they did the same thing. Okay, so this is 4 days ago, September 23rd, 2025. That's 4 days ago, guys. So as a Democrat, if you were like me, you were also wondering what the heck is going on. Why is my side censoring? If my side is the side of honesty, is the side of virtuousness, is the side of freedom of speech, why did we censor people? That wasn't cool. That was one of the major reasons why I switched. Okay. Another thing, another reason that I switched is because obviously we didn't have good candidates, but more importantly, they were choosing candidates for us. How many of you on the left, you guys already put the L in the chat, okay? How many on the left remember or can admit to the moment when we had voted for Bernie Sanders and they gave us Hillary Clinton instead? How many of you guys remember that? That was another major thing for me because that's not democracy, okay? So I'm going to play you that real quick. So here we go. I'm going to play that for you. I'm just pulling this up. This is my Instagram, guys. So I'm going to pull this up. By the way, I create all of these clips. I make these clips, and as I told you earlier, I will show you guys how I make clips. If you guys want to watch the process, I'm happy to show you. Donald Trump has posted some of my clips. A lot of people have reused my clips because I create high quality versions and I get to the point. And I don't change the narrative, but I'm going to show you guys these clips. So this is another reason why. Okay, so you guys in the chat, sorry, still on the L here. Yeah, well, okay, there you have. Okay, so you guys haven't admitted to it. Those of you that are on the left, will you admit that when you voted for Bernie Sanders, or when the majority of Democrats voted for Bernie Sanders, they gave us Joe Biden? I'm sorry, Hillary Clinton. And then Hillary Clinton lost, right? Okay, so let's watch this clip. This is another clip that I made. This is where CNN admits this. Okay, here we go. Ready? This is, again, I used to be Democrat. Very recently, I changed. Part of the reason was lack of freedom of speech. When I was actually searching for clips and searching for stuff and creating some of this content as a Democrat, I found inconsistencies and I was like, wait a minute, something's up. So now, that said, another big one was they did not allow us to vote for the people we wanted in power. Okay? That's not very democratic for the Democratic Party, is it? No, it's not. And here is them admitting it. So let's do it. So we voted for Bernie Sanders. They gave us Hillary Clinton, who, as we know, lost to Donald Trump. And a lot of you guys on the left, if you have the guts, will admit that they did that, first of all. And second of all, you have to admit that if we had Bernie Sanders like we all wanted, that we all voted for as Democrats, Bernie Sanders would have most likely beat Donald Trump. You got to admit that. Or let me know if you know what your thoughts are. I think Bernie had a better chance against Trump than Hillary Clinton. Here is this clip. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Let me get the sound.
Where Democratic voters didn't.
1, 2, 3.
By the way, it's just 3 straight nominations where Democratic voters didn't get a chance to pick the nominee. The elites picked Hillary Clinton, the elites picked Joe Biden, and the elites picked Kamala Harris. There was no actual set of voters who felt like they had a say in this.
Democrats, we should have had a primary for this midterm election, and we didn't. And so now we're living with the consequences of it. I hope that our party wakes up and realizes it. But there's a reality in that we should have given our voters an opportunity to make a decision for themselves. And by the time we had to make a decision, it was too late.
By the way, it's just 3 straight nominations where Democratic voters didn't get a chance to pick the nominee. The elites picked Hillary Clinton, the elites picked Joe Biden, and the elites picked Kamala Harris.
So there you have it. Again, so explain to you guys, whoever's new to the stream, that's kind of what happened, right? And that's why we got Kamala Harris. We didn't vote for Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris comes out with a new book. Kamala Harris comes out with a new book and says 107 days was not enough. Well, you just heard from JD Vance that their opinion and the polls, private and public polls, say that more time would have been more disaster for Kamala Harris because she could not speak. The times that she did finally come out and talk to us, we didn't know what she stood for. You know what I'm saying? So we did not know what she stood for. State Line says here, to be fair, it has happened numerous times in the past. If you look back through history, the reasoning in bypassing the nomination process is what eludes us. State Line, I agree, but what I said is still how I feel is that as a Democrat, when I was a Democrat not too long ago, very recently, I felt all high and mighty and virtuous as a Democrat because we were all about democracy, doing the right thing, letting the people speak, and all that kind of stuff. And when that did not happen, it made me question my own party. And I was like, dude, this is not cool. So that was that. Anyway, so that's that. We're going to go to another clip. We got some juicy clips, guys, for your morning. I hope you got your coffee. Here's my coffee in my new Starbucks glass cup that I got. If you guys don't know, Starbucks has these new glass cups. Go get yourself one if you like tea. Really cool tea cup and coffee cup. As you know, teacups are really good when they're clear and they have a nice little handle on the side. This is a sweet little cup. Anyway, grab your coffee, put me in your ear, and we're going to enjoy this morning while I get you started for your weekend. Okay, before I play this next juicy clip, I'm going to look at some of these things in the chat. It says here, the problem, you weren't a Democrat. JM, I was. And actually, I have stories to tell about when I was a Democrat, going to dinners and lunches and talking crap on Donald Trump and all this kind of stuff. I was that guy. I have to admit. You know, I got to call a spade, bro. I was doing that. Do not support Starbucks. I know. I you know what? The hard part is finding a glass like this, a good, clean, clear glass like this. This is really cool. I like it. So, but I had to do it anyway. And I do photography. So some of the early morning photography that I do, I take pictures of the sunrise, and it's early morning. And what's the only place? Some of the only places that are open. Starbucks. I was a Democrat, even though you in the chat want to read my mind and say that I wasn't. I was a Democrat, a hardcore Democrat, and I would love to have my fiance come and join us. If she wasn't wearing lingerie, I'd have her on right now. But if she would come on, she would tell you guys and tell you stories about how silly I sounded at times. And I have to say it was silly now that I look back. Here she comes. Look. Oh, no, she's wearing lingerie. If she wears something else, I'll have her come on. Are you happy with Trump and what he's cutting? Yes. And I'll explain why. I'm happy to explain it to you. I'm not afraid to talk about it. Okay, here. Do you still consider yourself as having Democrat, not radical left, values? Yes. And I'm not afraid to admit to the parts of the Democratic Party that I agree with. I'll tell you that right now. Let me read the rest of your chat. If the actions of one administration switch your values up, I'm not bought in that you were a Dem, maybe an independent. No, I was a Dem because I grew up in Southern California and I was indoctrinated into becoming a Democrat from school and all the people around me in California. I'll admit that. It's a truth. Yeah, I had Black Lives Matter Black Square on my Instagram, bro. Like I don't think I deleted it. I think I have it archived so I could pull it back and you could see when I did that. Anyway, I didn't change because of one administration. I changed because of what I just got done explaining to you guys. And that is that I always believed in freedom of speech, freedom of expression. I always believed that as a Democrat, I was more virtuous than Republicans. And when those things kind of started to turn out to be the opposite, that made me change. Another thing, another thing is the fact that I realized when I started using my brain, because I started watching different things, and I watched Charlie Kirk, and he was telling us to use our own brains, think for ourselves, read books. When I did that, I realized these inconsistencies with the Democratic Party, and I realized that they didn't actually give us the nominees that we voted for, and that's why I played that last video for you. Okay, someone's saying loser. I don't know. Are you calling me a loser? That's okay, bro. I'm a guy. I'm less into my feelings than girls, and in general, I got thick skin, bro. I'm good. I'm good, man. I'm not worried about my feelings are not driving my mind. Should have voted Kamala. Nah, those of you that like Kamala, what's one major thing that says, you know what, I want to vote for Kamala because of this main reason? Can you name one? The majority of the reason that people, the biggest reason whenever I ask for people that why they vote for Kamala, is because she's not Trump. That's the big reason why people tell me they vote for Kamala, because she's not Trump. So that to me is not it doesn't make sense. It doesn't really make sense, guys. You have to admit that. Let's see why you guys name one for tattoo. I don't know what that means. You mean the Great White Hope? You guys know who the Great White Hope is? She's good on her. Okay. You guys are something else, bro. Name one for tattoo. What's tattoo, bro? What does that mean? Are you guys talking about Great White Hope? South Park? Okay. I think I know what you mean. Let's see what Luis is not on that deep because you can't still hold the same values, but I just wanted to know. Okay, no. Kamala wasn't perfect, but would have been way better than Trump. You see, it's always because she's not Trump. That's why I voted for Kamala. State line, what are you saying, bro? We all deserve the truth, not that BS we've been getting for years, for decades. That's probably a step up from a dweeb. You remember yesterday calling people dweebs. Okay, so he can't say it. Trump is running for a third term. Oh, you guys talking about Trump's third term? You guys talk about Trump's third term enough, you might just manifest it. You guys are literally, and that's the funniest part, that when I broke out of the Democratic Party and I started watching what Democrats were saying, and I was paying attention and understanding what the right was saying, I was like, oh my God. On the left, we were saying so many things and repeating so many things that we pretty much we literally manifested this stuff. Oh man. Okay, you people name calling. Kamala was a great border czar, even though she didn't visit the border. Let's get to one more juicy clip. You guys ready for this one? Put your seatbelt on, bro, because guess who we got? Guess who it is? Stephen Miller. You guys ready for this? You guys ready for Stephen Miller? Put your seatbelts on. You guys buckled up? Here we go.
J.D. Vance is a shapeshifter and a shifty guy. He understood that his default meanness wouldn't play against Tim Walz's sunny disposition. When Tim fell for it and started nodding and smiling at JD's fake bipartisanship, I moaned to Doug, "What is happening?" I told the television screen, "You're not there to make friends with the guy who is attacking your running mate."
Who you helped pick. Here to react, Stephen Miller, White House Deputy Chief of Staff. Stephen, you know, we always have you on for these really serious issues. but you had to endure these 107 days along with all of us out there in the regular world. But what kind of a judge of people is she? She's trashing her former VP and pretty much anyone else who got in her way.
Yes, well, I think the most important point is that Kamala's biggest advantage as a candidate was the fact that she was put late into the race, because it allowed the media to build this huge psyop to portray her as being bright and intelligent and gifted and talented. Time was her enemy. If she'd been running for 1,000 days, she would have finished at 10%. President Trump had to demolish her in 100 days, which took extraordinary skill.
Guys, I'm just gonna say this. I was a Democrat, and believe me, very recently, and I was the guy that would go to hang out and talk crap on Republicans, especially Donald Trump, because that was our funnest thing to do. But now that I'm on the right, I'm gonna call you guys out. How many of you on the left agree with what Stephen Miller just said, that if Kamala Harris had more time, it would have been an even greater disaster for Kamala Harris? How many of you guys agree with that? How many of you guys agree with that? If you're on the left, how many of you guys have the guts to agree with that? Let's see. Yeah. Sweet, bro. Okay, let's keep going because Stephen Miller is cooking as he always does, bro. Let me just go back a little bit, okay? For those of you just joining, listen to this, bro, please.
And intelligent and gifted. And media was the fact that she was put late into the race. Because, yes, well, I think the most important point is that Kamala's biggest advantage as a candidate was the fact that she was put late into the race, because it allowed the media to build this huge psyop to portray her as being bright and intelligent and gifted and talented. Time was her enemy. If she'd been running for 1,000 days, she would have finished at 10%. President Trump had to demolish her in 100 days, which took extraordinary skill to do. But let's also not forget, she was the vice president for 4 years. She wasn't some random lady off the street. She'd been running for the presidency as the vice president for the whole entire campaign. America knew her, and when they got to know her better, of course, because of President Trump's skills as a campaigner, she collapsed.
But Stephen, I think you're really selling her short, because there are moments when the eloquence is almost too much to take. Watch.
I will confess to you, this might be a book of confessions in this interview. I will confess to you, I do not have all the answers, Joy.
Yeah.
I mean, part of my reflection is that I don't have all the answers, especially now.
Bro, why was every single conversation with Kamala Harris like this? If she had more time, her book, guys, right here. Here's her book. I hate to be promoting it if you guys are going to end up buying it because of me, but here's her book saying that 107 days was not enough, and that's why she lost the election. She wrote a whole book about this. But you guys have to agree with Stephen Miller, dude. I mean, the more time, if we gave her more time, she would continue to talk to us like this, and we would not get a single thing out of it. So let's keep going.
Stephen.
We would not, we still don't know what Kamala Harris's beliefs are, what her angle is, where she's coming from. We really don't. Here's some real stuff. The reality about, okay. That's what we know about Kamala is she's possibly black and she's possibly Indian or possibly both. We don't know. It's a little bit of both. That's what we know. Other than that, she said things like she just said on this clip. So let's keep going.
That should have been on a bumper sticker. It should be.
Someone said, why are you looking back? I'm not looking back. I'm looking at the book that just came out. This is a live stream. We talk about recent events and we talk about stuff together. This is a book she wrote telling us that she lost because she only had 107 days and she's basically wrote a whole book to point fingers at everyone else but herself. That's not going to work. It doesn't work.
I don't have any answers.
Yeah, it's not really possible to decipher what her meaning is. But it just goes to the fact the Democratic Party isn't about candidates or individuals. It's a machine, right? Joe Biden is a void. He is an empty vessel. Kamala Harris is a void. She is an empty vessel. Chuck Schumer is a void. He is an empty vessel. The Democrat Party is an organization. It is a structure that delivers the exact same policies no matter who is in charge. Open borders, violent crime, domestic terrorism, high taxes, socialism, and unilateral economic surrender around the globe. That's what the Democratic Party is. And they choose nominees like Biden and like Harris. By the way, President Trump's the first candidate in history to beat 2 general election candidates in one race, because they know that if they get elected, the donors will control them, the media will control them, the special interests will control them, the bureaucracy will control them.
Stephen, I want to move on to this news that the
So how many of you guys on the left would like Kamala Harris to run again for president in 2028? All of you guys talking crap in the chat that are on the left, how many of you guys on the left, and start, when you write this chat out, just agree, just let me know if you agree, or let me know what you think. Just type an L so we know you're on the left. And then tell us if you would rather have Kamala run again in 2028. Because you know she'll lose. That's why you won't say it. None of you will admit it because you know she'll lose. State line, I know, buddy. I do know. State line, I do know. We do know about her and Willie Brown. Just saying, if you know, you know. Yes, we know. Yes, sir. She will lose. Pedro, are you on the left? I'm just curious. Admit what? Admit that if Kamala Harris, admit that you would do not. If you're on the left, I'm curious. Do you want Kamala Harris to run again in 2028? I'll wait. I'll wait. I'll wait, bro. Do you really want for your side? And I'm not going to put L because I voted for both and Reagan. Okay, understandable. Louis says F no. L, yes. Oh, Wilma, tell us why. Tell us why. Please tell us why, Wilma. So Wilma's on the left, and she would like to see Kamala run again. Tell us, what is it about Kamala that makes you want that, like a something great really stands out about Kamala, which is why you would vote for her and why you think she is the one that could help the Democrats win this next election in 2028. Please tell us. Please tell us. Wilma, please tell us. Oblige us. Oblige us, please. Please, please. Please tell us. At least she cares about other people. Wilma hasn't typed yet, right? Am I missing it? No. David says, LOL, come on, Wilma. Yeah, I know. I just want to see why Wilma. And no bad dogs. We're here to learn. We're here to talk. I want to understand. I was on the left. I came out of the left very recently. Too much Tylenol. Vance. She talks a lot of gibberish. I hope she runs again. A lot of us on the right hope she runs again. Like, honestly, the easiest next election will be if Kamala Harris runs again for the right. Wilma, oh no, that's not. Wilma, where are you, bro? Where are you? Please let us know why. Anybody tell us why? Why would you want Kamala Harris to run again? Newsom, I could see running. We'll have a way better chance than Kamala, even though we're going to poke a lot of holes in his campaign. Meaning, like, you know, we're going to find a lot of things wrong with the you know, with the things that he would run on, and I think Charlie Kirk already did that. I'm going to play that clip too. I'm going to play that clip. Stacy says they want to show how dumb they are, and that's why. So yeah, I mean that's really, you know, if I'm a Democrat right now, I don't want Kamala Harris to run, and I don't know who I would want to run. If you're a Democrat, who do you want to run? And let's play this clip again. Let's play the rest of this clip. Please, guys, tell me who, if not Kamala, who would run for you in 2028?
DOJ is considering indicting former FBI Director James Comey for allegedly lying to Congress. Your reaction tonight?
Well, I don't have any news to make on that subject or question, but I'm always happy to talk about former FBI.
Stacy says, when did you turn to the right meditation? Well, you probably had a correction or medication. First of all, my name is Medi, and that's why I named my channel Medikation. And this is your morning medication. Anyway, I turned to the right within the last, I would say probably 1.5 to 2 years. Very recent, guys. Probably 2 years, I believe, right around that time frame. Wait, Wilma responded? Hold on, guys. Did I miss it? Oh, Obama should run again. Okay. Did Wilma? Oh, Wilma. Okay, here we go. Because she has the ability to bring this country back together. The way has been destroyed through the Trump administration. How in the heck is Kamala Harris going to bring the country back together? Give us some meat on the bone. Let us learn something here. I want to learn. Oblige us, please. How is Kamala Harris going to bring the country back together? I came from the left to the right side about 2 years ago, when the most important reasons for me for being a Democrat turned out to be not true. I switched sides. And again, we're going to go back. I'm just going to repeat this since you guys are asking and new people are coming on. Freedom of speech, freedom of expression, not allowing us to vote for our nominees. We voted for Bernie. You gave us Hillary Clinton, who lost to Trump. I think Bernie would have beat Trump in that election. We also, after Trump election, after Trump beat Hillary, Democrats gave us Joe Biden. We didn't ask for or nominate Joe Biden. And Joe Biden ended up being a complete disaster who lost the following election to get reelected for obvious reasons, when Democrats all tried to tell us. That was another thing. Democrats were trying to tell us that Joe Biden is in the best shape of his life. He's never been better. These are all legit things that they said. You guys have to admit that. They said that. I don't see myself voting Dem again. There's a lot of us in this same boat. There's a lot of us like this. Can you talk about Tylenol? I'd be happy to talk about Tylenol. Acetaminophen. Is it not true that Tylenol came out themselves and said that Tylenol should not be taken when you're pregnant? Okay. And is it not true that the Tylenol information that was given to us by Donald Trump and RFK Jr., wasn't that a study made by Harvard? Not Trump. Trump didn't do a study. Harvard did. Speculation. What's speculation, Jerry? What is speculation, buddy? I'm sorry, I don't know if you're a boy or a girl. But I don't really care, to be honest. They misquoted the study. I don't care about specific quotes, but if the general like idea behind the study is the same, okay, is what they said, then that's all I care. L since teen. So like me, I was on the left since I was in school. I grew up in California, so I was on the left. So you were a liberal lefty since you were a teen. Now 65 changed to Republican. You voted for Trump twice. Yes, run Harris versus Vance DeSantis. Easy red win. Exactly. Everybody on the right would like Kamala Harris to run again. It's an easy win. Is Abdullah back? Is Abdullah the Muslim pusher back who's pushing Muslim on us? Where's Abdullah, bro? Is he back? I'm trying to see him in the chat. Where is he? Where's Abdullah? Abdullah, are you back? And what are you saying, bro? Abdullah. Am I missing this, guys? What did he say? Abdullah, come back, bro. Oh, did I just see it? Where are you? Abdullah's trying to convert us to Islam yesterday. Abdullah was trying to convert us to Islam. It says here, Argent, Medi is censoring the comments. How am I censoring the comments? Abdullah. Chris Lane, you'd have to be special kind of stupid to switch to the right. No. Actually, the majority of country is switched to the right. So what you went over, his racism, incompetence, dementia, or criminal behavior, all personal attacks. There's no such thing as racism, by the way. We like some things, we don't like some things, we see some patterns, we don't see some patterns. There's no racism, bro. It is what it is. And by the way, I come from more of a minority than almost every other race out here. So, some conservatives are so effing hostile, no reason. Like, goddamn, dude, just let people live their lives. That's what we do. It's you guys that don't let us live our lives. You guys are the ones forcing us to use special words, bro. Look at yourself in the mirror. Daily fun vids. Michael Jackson made a song for you. It's called Man in the Mirror. Watch that, and then you'll see. No thing as there's no such thing as racism, bro. What is racism? What is racism? If I'm dating and I don't prefer to date fat people, am I fat? Is that fatism? It's preference. It's not racism or fatism or thisism. If I'm in the dating world and I'm looking around and I'm like, I prefer not to date a Muslim girl. Am I Islamophobic? Am I Islamophobic if I don't prefer to date a Muslim girl? Let's go, chat. What do you got? Let's go. You opened the door, bro, so now let's go. What is this? Mr. Daily Fun Vids wants to call me out and do look what he's doing. All caps. All caps. Trying to yell at everyone. That's what Democrats do, bro. You scream at everybody. And when I was a Democrat, I didn't do that. I'll be honest. I was not one of these, crazy people. Look at y'all. All you do is deflect questions, not actually answer them. No, you're the one not answering. All you're doing is making personal attacks and not answering. And you're using all caps somehow, thinking that you're yelling at us. We don't get hurt and lost in our feelings, bro. So we don't care. I don't care. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. All right. So you guys ready for more juicy videos? Should we watch another one on again? Should we watch Miller one more time just to hit it home? You guys ready? I want to hear this one more time, guys. I want to hear this one more time because this is the reality about Kamala Harris. Let's go one more time. 1, 2, 3.
But you had to endure these 107 days along with all of us. out there in the regular world. But what kind of a judge of people is she? She's trashing her former VP and pretty much anyone else who got in her way.
Yes, well, I think the most important point is that Kamala's biggest advantage as a candidate was the fact that she was put late into the race, because it allowed the media to build this huge psyop to portray her as being bright and intelligent and gifted and talented. Time was her enemy. If she'd been running for 1,000 days, she would have finished at 10%. President Trump had to demolish her in 100 days, which took extraordinary skill to do. But let's also not forget, she was the vice president for 4 years. She wasn't some random lady off the street. She'd been running for the presidency as the vice president for the whole entire campaign. America knew her, and when they got to know her better, of course, because of President Trump's skills as a campaigner, she collapsed.
But Stephen, I think you're really selling her short, because there are moments when the eloquence is almost too much to take. Watch.
Guys, let's watch Kamala Harris, please. This is why, you know, if she had more time in the campaign, it would have been worse, because all she did when she spoke to us was do things like this. Listen to this, guys. And you have to admit, as a Democrat, you could have had a way better candidate. And if Democrats would have let you actually vote for your nominee, you would have picked someone else, someone that could have beat Donald Trump. And it's true. We'll admit it. From the right, you could have picked someone that could beat Donald Trump. You really could have. He won and he crushed because Kamala Harris did things like this.
I will confess to you, this might be a book of confessions in this interview. I will confess to you, I do not have all the answers, Joy.
Yeah.
I mean, part of my reflection is that I don't have all the answers, especially now.
That's what she did, bro, the whole campaign. One time she stole Donald Trump's idea of no tax on tips. Oh, man, bro, it was just too much. Guys, for those of you that are joining, I'm going to play my clip now. That I just made this clip this morning. And if you guys want to ever learn how to make clips, or you guys want to watch me make a clip, I'll make a clip in front of you if you want. And so we'll go from there. Abdullah, I haven't muted anybody's speech today yet. So maybe your speech is just something where YouTube mutes it. Because you were pushing Islam on us yesterday, and it looks like you're trying to do it to us again. We're not going to turn Islamic, bro, no matter what you do to us. I'm not going to become Muslim. Don't try it. Not going to happen. Anyway.
I listened to Kamala Harris for 90 seconds, and I actually feel like I've gotten dumber in the process, and I have no idea what she actually believes. That's the problem with Kamala Harris, and it's going to continue to be her problem unless she actually learns how to develop a viewpoint, articulate it for the American people. Just say what you actually believe. Don't do this word salad, talking around in circles. It doesn't work, and it's why she didn't win.
She is now blaming.
Guys, I had people, at first I never said anything. Okay. Abdullah, thank you. Just don't push Islam on us, bro. We're not going to convert. It's not going to happen. You can't do it to us. We're good. And then Daily Fun Vid came back, but isn't this the same one who predicted all of Trump's actions through the first? Okay. So I had someone ask me the other day, they're like, well, what do you think Democrats could do to win you over? What do you think Democrats could do to win the next election? I had someone ask me yesterday. And my answer to that is it's not very hard at all. Actually, it's very easy. The people, and I kept watching this and I go, dude, don't tell them what to do. They're going to figure it out and win. The people on the right, literally, it's crazy. They come out and they tell you exactly how you could win, verbatim, and you don't do it. This is JD Vance telling you right now. He's like, bro, just stop the word salad. He's telling you how to win. Look,
I listened to Kamala Harris for 90 seconds, and I actually feel like I've gotten dumber in the process, and I have no idea what she actually believes.
You have no idea what she believes.
That's the problem with Kamala Harris, and it's going to continue to be her problem unless she actually learns how to develop a viewpoint, articulate it for the American people. Just say what you actually believe. Don't do this word salad, talking around in circles. It doesn't work, and it's why she didn't win.
That's a legit. I mean, that's a legit winning strategy for Kamala. I mean, not winning. I don't think she can ever win, but it'll help her. Jerry, you're not silenced. Your chats are here, man. I don't know what you're talking about. Wake up, Mehdi. Wake up to what? Abdullah, are you still talking to us? Are you trying to convert us to Islam, bro? Vance is a hypocrite. How? You just calling names without telling us how. How is Vance a hypocrite, bro? Tell us. Kamala's on a book tour. I lived the hell. Why I want to read about it. This right here, bro. Literally. What have I said that wasn't fact? Jerry, was it you that said it? Oh, wait, let's see. What did you say, Jerry? So you said, I didn't silence you. Wake up, Mehdi. I don't know what you said. Maybe you're talking to someone else. Cut the BS, platform on policy for the people that are feasible. Back to the blue collar backing days. Does she draw circles on the floor of her book tour? Look. Oh man, let me fix this view right here. Okay. Let's do this. Let's keep going. I gotta turn the AC on in a second because I'm cooking. 1 second, guys. 1 sec. Okay. So, and we're back. You guys ready for more juicy videos? You guys ready for another one? Here we go. Let's do another one. Let's go. Let's do another one. All right. So, this you know what? Let's go to Abdullah, because Abdullah's sitting here in the chat and he's watching us and he's all mad. Let's talk to Abdullah a little bit about Islam. Since we live in a free country, let's do that. You guys ready? Let's go here. Again, guys, you guys are calling me racist and stuff like that. Again, I don't think there's such thing as racist. You guys ever heard of Jesse Lee Peterson? Yeah. I don't think there's anything called racism, bro. Just like there's no Islamophobia. If I don't want to date a Muslim girl, bro, am I Islamophobic? No. It's a preference, okay? OC Wolf, what's up, buddy? One of my gym partners. If I don't want to date a Muslim girl, if I don't feel like it and I don't want to date a Muslim girl, am I Islamophobic? No. State Lion says, I'm not racist. I hate everyone equally. Well, I threw the equally on there, but Trump. Okay, I'm gonna oblige you guys on the left a little bit. Notice I love that word oblige. It's so fun. It's that movie. If you ever watched that movie, can you guys name the movie where I got that? Oblige me or oblige him. Let's see if you guys can guess what movie that's from. And I feel like State Line would know it. But so Trump ran. Okay, Epstein files. I'm gonna give you guys that. I think Epstein files should be released and it should just be out in the open like they promised everyone. I'm going to give you criticism of the right, even though I'm on the right. I'm going to criticize the right because if we do that, we're not a cult, man. We call each other out. We should have done it should be out there. Very close. One of my other favorite movies, Inglourious Bastards, is not the movie. It's not the movie. Can anyone else call it? Anyone else know the movie? Oblige him. Oblige him. It's called Tombstone. Tombstone, guys. Tombstone. No, no, no. But I love Inglorious Bastards, guys. That's one of my favorite movies, bro. I love it so much, bro. I love it so much. It's so good. Oh, it is Inglorious Wait a minute. It is Inglorious Bastards. Actually, I'm sorry, bro. It is Inglorious Bastards. Blige. Yeah, it is Inglorious. I'm sorry, bro. You guys are right, bro. I'm tripping. Hold on. I need more coffee, bro. It was Inglorious Bastards. Good job, bro. You know what? I'm sorry, bro. My bad. I'm going to call it out. When I make a mistake and I'm a dumbass, I'll call it out, bro. I screwed up. I fucked that up. It was Inglorious Bastards. Oblige him. What a movie, bro. What a movie. And then Tombstone. I'm Your Huckleberry. Yeah, one of my other favorite movies, bro. Yeah, sorry, State Line. Yeah, bro, I totally goofed that one up, bro. That was me. Hey, you know what? I was an idiot for a moment, bro. But only for a moment. Everything else, I'm absolutely perfect. Just kidding. Okay, let's watch this. Let's have a little comedy in between, and we're gonna go back to politics. You guys ready? Check this out. Okay, check this out. Inglourious Bastards is one of the most amazing movies on the planet. But let's laugh a little bit and let's go from here. Ready?
How does a blind person know when to stop wiping?
I can't believe you just asked that question.
I don't know. I don't know when to stop wiping. How does a blind person know when to stop wiping?
Shit, bro. We gotta throw a little comedy in here, bro, in between all this stuff, but have a little laugh. Come on, guys. We're all together in this, and we're all American, and we all love being American. As much as people like from other countries, they come in my chat and they go, "Oh, you Americans are divided." We're not divided. We fiercely debate. We're not divided. We're not divided. We love each other. We love being American. We love having freedoms. We love having our human rights, and we will back each other up. Yeah. Okay. All right. That was a little comedy in between, right? Right? Okay. Let's go back. Okay. Now let's go here. Ready? How about this?
Nobody has the right to live their lives being protected from offence or from insult or from hurt feelings. It is an occupational hazard of living in society. And if you really can't take it, become a hermit.
You're goddamn right.
I love that, bro. I love the ending too. What do you guys think about that? What do you guys think about that? Huh? Those of you like talking about all this stuff, oh, that's offensive. Oh, you offended me. Oh, don't say that. Did you use the wrong pronoun? Oh my God, I can't believe you used the wrong pronoun. That ruined my whole week. What do you guys think about that? She's right. We need to get thicker skin somehow, some way, bro. We got to do it. Somehow, some way, we got to do it. Name calling is offensive. Wait a minute. Are you offended that I called you a name? And do I have to care what you do in your brain and how you process and digest stuff? Do I have to care about it? And if I stop to care about how every single person processes everything that comes out of everybody's mouth, I won't even, I'll be jammed up, bro. I won't even know what to say. I'll be stuck. I agree. You cannot force beliefs on others. It only divides. Education and communication is the only way. Yeah. Yep. 100% state line. 100%. 100%, bro. Jerry, take the time to educate yourself. Number one thing that Charlie Kirk taught me to do is to think for myself, and I learned that there's other ways to gather wisdom and knowledge rather than media. There's books, there's all kinds of different ways. Number one way is talking to people. So I want to hear this girl one more time because this is really good, guys. Jerry, what's up? Jerry, what's up? You're calling me out. What's up? This is your channel, Medi. Yes. Is my sound not working? Yes. What's up? What's up? Tell me. Subscribe for more live. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about what did I say was a lie. And I can't remember. And I don't want to go scroll in the chat, but did I say you, or was I talking to you or someone else? No? I don't know. But you're getting hung up on something. Let it go. Let it go. Let's keep going. Let's listen to this girl one more time.
Nobody has the right to live their lives being protected from offence or from insult or from hurt feelings. It is an occupational hazard of living in society. And if you really can't take it, become a hermit.
You're goddamn right.
That ending, bro. That ending. I love it. And she's right. Go into your home. Go into the smallest room in your home. Go into the corner. Put a sheet over yourself and stay there for the rest of your life and have someone come and feed you. And then you can, you'll never have to interact with the world and you'll never have to be offended. But you might find a way to be offended by the person that's bringing you the food still. But this example that I just gave is, I think, what Jordan Peterson or someone explained. They said, if you don't want to be offended, you're going to have to do that. But what kind of life is that? What kind of life is that? If you don't want to be offended, stay home. But if you're going to stay home for your entire life, what kind of life are you living? You guys ready? Where's Abdullah? Is Abdullah back? Did he leave? Did he run off? Is he done trying to convert us to Islam? Abdullah, we don't want to be Islamic, bro. But here's something for Abdullah. Ready? What is this? Rhythm Planet talking about something first time. Oh, conservative here, but ignorance, division, and hate are not in the way. And tell us what you mean by this. Rhythm Planet, tell us what you mean by this right here. Tell us what you mean by this. Conservative here, but ignorant, division, and hate are not the way forward. Can you tell me what that means? I want to know. All right, let's look at this. This is for Abdullah and Islam. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Achieved the victory. We haven't done anywhere near enough. And the people here, I promise you, we do feel ashamed. We do feel like we're not doing enough. We do feel like change needs to come, because change must come. And in the form that it must come is that this empire, the American empire that's been hurting our people, since the beginning, the imperial Western powers that have been hurting our people since the beginning, they must fall. And inshallah, they will fall. And my message to the people of Gaza and the oppressed peoples across the world is that there are people here, both young and old, who are going to be willing to fight and are willing to put their lives and everything they can on the line to bring these empires down, because they must come down. Achieved victory, we haven't done anywhere near enough. And the people here, I promise you, we do feel ashamed. We do feel like we're not doing enough. We do feel like change needs to come, because change must come. And in the form that it must come is that this empire, the American empire that's been hurting our people since the beginning, the imperial Western powers that have been hurting our people since the beginning, they must fall. And inshallah, they will fall. And my message to the people of Gaza and the oppressed peoples across the world is that there are people here, both young and old, who are going to be willing to fight and are willing to put their lives and everything they can on the line to bring these empires down, because they must come down. Achieved.
Yeah. I like this one right here. Where is this comment right here? Just try it, please. For whom the bell tolls. Just try it, please. And I think you're responding to this video. Don't bring it here to US, bro. You might have did it where Tim Walz is the governor of Minnesota and got them to allow your prayer out in the open. But don't bring that to us, bro. And where's Rhythm Planet? Let's respond to Rhythm Planet. Constantly saying right or left BS, two sides of a whole. This country has never been more divided than now. I wholeheartedly disagree, and I'll tell you why, but I'm going to look at your next comment. F as long save the go. Yep. Metallica. Metallica. Where's Metallica? I love Metallica. Rhythm. I gotta get back to work. I'll check in later. Rhythm Planet. I was gonna tell you, was it Rhythm? Yeah, Rhythm Planet. We're not divided. We argue fiercely, but we're not divided. I am a very, very tough guy, and I am one of those fighters, bro. I'm crazy, physically and with my mind and my voice. I will back up every one of my fellow Americans, and I love all of my fellow Americans, and we're not divided. We fight fiercely online and debate and disagree, but I love my country and I love my fellow Americans, and that's the bottom. There's nothing that will shake that off of me. And I know a lot of people that are like this. And when even the people that we argue with fiercely on the other side, they also love America. And believe me, the passion that you see, in our debates against each other on different sides is that same passion that you guys know no other country wants against them. You don't want to be another country to unite us as Americans against you. Don't ever do that. You guys know that we're not divided. You can call it what you want, but we're not divided. We love each other, and our fierceness in our debates will transfer over to our fierceness in how we come together if push comes to shove. Okay? That's what makes us American. And everyone that thinks that we're divided, feel free to ask me the question, because I love to discuss that. So that's another thing. Let's look at Parody and have a little fun and laugh again. Okay, let's have a parody and laugh again. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
I'm sorry to interrupt class, but it's actually super triggering for me to be reading a book about a disease right now with everything I'm going through.
Because of everything you're going through? What are you going through, Kayla?
The rest of the class sort of already knows about this, but recently I was successfully diagnosed with something called...
You're doing great, Kayla.
It's okay.
Be present with your illness, okay?
asymptomatic Tourette's.
What?
So what Tourette syndrome is,
No,
right?
I know what Tourette syndrome is.
Oh, great. Okay. So it sounds like you're halfway there and you're taking an opportunity to be educated, which is honorable.
Thank you.
So asymptomatic Tourette's, right? It's like Tourette syndrome with the tics and like the hardship, right? But without any symptoms. So in its way, AT is harder because...
What is AT? Oh, asymptomatic Tourette's. Okay. Uh-huh.
It is harder because people have like actually no idea the battle that people like Kayla are fighting inside every day.
It's a silent killer.
And someone actually diagnosed you
It's
with
disrespectful to ask that. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. You can't blame people for making really huge mistakes when they haven't learned the etiquette. It's only self-diagnosable. I'm sorry to interrupt class, but...
Oh, man. Guys. This is obviously a parody. Okay. And we had to have a little fun because we just looked at Islam and how they want to take over all of the Western countries, but we gotta have a little fun. And we gotta bring this one up again. This is another good one. Okay, ready? Here's another good one.
How does a blind person know when to stop wiping?
Oh man, this is just too much. What is this?
Everybody who talks about Israel these days is just so full of shit. I mean, or just not, I don't want...
Oh, here's one that'll divide us. Okay, I did some bringing us together. Now let's divide us again. Okay, let's see. Trump and okay, so let's go again. Mudin Abel. Okay, gotcha.
Everybody
okay.
who talks about Israel these days is just so full of shit. I mean, or just not, I don't want children to die. Duh, who does? None of us want children to die. None of us want this war to go on. But it's not addressing what the problem is. The problem is that one side wants a two-state solution. One side never did and still doesn't. One side uses terrorism to get their goals. One side retaliates against terrorism. One side is accused of genocide but doesn't do it. The other side actually would love to do it. People keep saying Israel has the right to defend itself. And then whenever Israel does, they object to it.
Had to throw that one in there. Stir the pot a little bit. So there's that one. Ooh, 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 ooh. 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 Modine, I think your name, I think maybe people miss like Abel could be like Abdul or something. I don't know. Maybe that's why. Yeah. What is this I saved?
How many people on the left, Democrats, are aware that Democrats were the party of slavery, the party of the Confederacy, the party of Jim Crow?
Yeah, this is a good question. How many Democrats know that the Democrats were the ones behind KKK? How many of you guys know that? How many people can say they knew that? Nobody ever tells you that, but it's the truth. Yeah. Let's play this again.
How many people on the left, Democrats, are aware that Democrats were the party of slavery, the party of the Confederacy, the party of Jim Crow, the party of Dred Scott? Democrats nominated the Chief Justice who wrote the case, Roger Taney. The party of the Southern Manifesto, which was a statement that was signed by all but two Democrats, there were 2 Republicans, but the rest of them were Democrats, around 20, 25 people, after Brown versus Board of Education, saying we're not going to integrate. I don't care what you say. The party of the KKK was founded by Democrats. The party of...
Did you guys know that? Did you guys know KKK was founded by Democrats? Did you guys know that? Yeah. Democrats don't know that. Democrats were fighting the abolition of slavery. Did you guys know that? I realize this is not news to a lot of people, but it was news to me not long ago. Did you guys know that? Eric, I agree. Let's hear let's hear them talk about, oh, the parties were different before. Yeah. Mudine, well, we're not saying they're exactly the same, but that's what it is. They're the Democrats. They were the Democrats. Let's do a search. This is Kamala's book. Let's do a search. For those of you that are still wondering. So let's read this out loud. Let's read this out loud. The KKK was not founded by a political party, but its founders were Confederate veterans who were members of the Democratic Party. In post-Civil War Reconstruction era, the Klan served as a violent terrorist wing of the Southern Democratic Party. Now, of course, you know, some of the things change between the parties and a lot of different, you know, moving around and changing of ideas. But this is reality. This is true. There's still racist Democrats, dude, who founded it and who's still executing it are 2 different things, not the same Democrats. Yeah, Vito, you're going to say that. You're going to say that. And of course, the Republicans are not the same Republicans, and you weren't the same person you were 10 years ago. But it's just the truth. You have to admit that. You know, you can't. If you're a Democrat, you have to have guts to make some admissions, dude. You got to make some admissions. And again, guys, I'm going to ask the question again. If I don't want to date if I prefer not to date Islamic women, does that make am I Islamophobic? If I prefer to date one type of girl over another, does that make me racist? Does that make me racist? If I say, you know what, I don't want to date Arab girls, does that make me racist? Is there such a thing as racism? It's called preference, not racism. They created racism to get you off of, you know, all these different things and make you feel like there's this thing that needs to be solved because you guys are so bad and we're virtuous, we're good. So that's just what I believe. You guys ready for more? You guys ready for more? Let me see. What is this I saved? I don't even know what this is. I think it sucks. Still kind of know it's no, it's a preference. Thank you, Rosary. No, but if prevent some, then yes. What are you guys saying here? Hi, it's okay for white women to always say they only date black men. Is that some sort of phobia? For white women to always say they only date black men. What would be the main reason for white women to date black men? I'm curious. I'm not saying my race is better. I'm saying that there are races definitely worse than others. Well, I mean, you can pick different types of things. There's goods and bads and different things, and there's preferences. Like, for example, if I'm building a basketball team, I will have a preference of race or of skin color. I just would. Does that make me racist? Does that make me racist? If I'm building a basketball team and I prefer to have black people on my team, am I racist? It makes me stupid? Oh, well, if you and I, BA, were building a basketball team and I chose to have a preference and I chose black people on my team and you chose white people on your team, guess who would win, bro? Or ma'am, or girl, or it, or they, them? Guess who would win? It's not a, of course, it's not a hard fact, but it's a like a statistical thing that would be more, it would be more in my favor. I would be more likely to win than you. Hey, Jerry. Did you say something else that I missed? Are you mad that I didn't respond to something else? No, not just choose blacks and whites, but both. You most likely to win. Jerry, thank you. Thank you. It's just the reality. I'm not racist. I mean, that's just what it is. If my whole life depended on me winning basketball games and you told me to create a team and I chose black people because, dude, there's just some realities that you can't deny. I'm not racist. Jerry, did you retract this or did it get retracted from like Google? Did you retract this message, Jerry? I'm curious. I just want to know for my own. That's not a reality. That's a stupid assumption. That's where you're living in a false reality, BA. Do you know why majority of players on the NBA are black? Do you know why? Because they win. Because they're better. They're more entertaining to watch because they're better. It's about how the team works, not based on race. Bro, you're living in a fantasy land. That's why you'll never break out of your mentality and you'll just stay in that fantasy world that you're in. You don't watch the game. I watch more games than you, bro. Or they, them. Yeah. Sir Talk a Lot says Team USA had not one white starter. So is Team USA racist? Nope. No, you don't live in reality because you just told us some things that are completely false. You told me that I'm not more likely to win if I choose black people on a basketball team. That's not true. You go ahead and choose white people, and my black team will dunk all over you, bro. They will dunk all over you, and it will be alley oops, and it'll be assists and dunks, and you know what it'll be? It would be like a slam dunk competition. And they'll just be doing windmills on you. They'll be doing 360 slams on you. Oh, bro, it would be nuts. It would be nuts, bro. It would be a dunkathon. Thank you. It would be a dunkathon, bro. It would just, it would almost be boring, but we'll watch it because it would be like so fun, dude. Oh, you won't win. You can choose all black high school kids, and I can choose a mix of variety professional. Here's the funniest part about what you just said. Oh, guys, check this out. Dude, I bet you if I choose all black high school kids and you chose adult white guys, there's a very high probability that I'll still beat you. But you're now saying something silly, but I'm still obliging you and having fun with it. But holy cow, you're getting me excited. I'm about to break another sweat here, dude. Holy cow. You're living in a fantasy world, bro. You're living in a fucking la la land, bro. It would be a dunkathon, bro. It would be a straight we would just have one guy posted up. Actually, two guys posted up. We won't even play that much defense, bro. We'll just have a couple guys under the basket and just alley-oops all day long, bro. I've played basketball majority of my childhood and adult life for fun. I played so many sports. I wrestled in high school. I was, I did all kinds of stuff, bro, and I still do. I'm in the gym 4 days a week, 5 days a week. I'm really good at fighting, street fighting. I'm really good. I'm the guy that will get jumped, and this is truth. You can ask people that know me. I've gotten jumped by 10 people at once, and I took down 4 of them. And the rest look at me like, "Oh shoot, we're screwed," and they jam. That's the guy I am. Yeah. Sir Talk a Lot says you inspired me, bro. Let's see. The Washington Monument. Are you talking to me? Did I inspire you? Good, bro. I hope so, man. I love that. Yeah, bro. Let's have some fun, dude. Let's have some fun. Ever lose? Yeah, you talking about me? Ever lose a fight? I lost a fight when I got jumped by 12 guys because I've gotten jumped a few times, not because I'm looking for it, but I never backed down. I never looked at a person, a guy or a group of guys and thought, oh, they're gonna kick my ass. Never thought like that. Wrestling, yes. Ooh, wrestling, I definitely lost. I got jumped by 12 guys, and I call it a loss. I knocked out 2 of them, but I was like, all right, guys, that's enough. You know what I mean? But I seriously slammed 2 of them hard in the face, and that's how I was. But I'm not trying to talk about violence or anything like that. So, I did lose in wrestling. Wrestling's tough, man, especially when you're a freshman in high school and you get into it for the first time and you're like used to like brawling and street fighting, and then they throw you into wrestling where you got all these like rules and you can't do this and you can't do that, and I can't throw blows. It's like, it's tough. Wrestling is tough. I was good at it. I'm not gonna say that I sucked, but I did lose. You know what I mean? When I started wrestling as a freshman, I was JV as a freshman, and then I went to and then in sophomore year, why am I blanking on the name? Where you have this where you go compete against the state, other people in the state. I did that as well, which was fun. I won a couple tournaments. Well, I took second. I didn't win. I took second in a couple tournaments. You're pushing an integrate theory, blah, blah, blah. Let's talk about Indian asylum schools. Blah, blah, blah. No, bro, let's not talk about that. Okay. Let's go. I gave us some juicy stuff. I'm going to go for a little bit longer. We're going to have a little bit of fun so we can have you guys enjoy your weekend. This was a nice morning medication. It's 11:30 California time, Southern California time, and I'm gonna play some more. Let's see, what is this that I saved here?
Are some cultures better than others?
No, what the
You think that our culture is equal to Iran? Do you think our culture is the same as the CCP? Western values are superior. Of course they are, obviously.
What do you consider Western values?
Free speech, separation of powers, consent to the governed, constitutional government, independent judiciary.
Okay, why don't we talk about the prison industrial complex? There's so
Okay,
many things wrong with America. That's what I'm
why
saying.
do people go to prison?
For breaking the law?
There you go. So if there's too many people in prison, they commit too many crimes.
If they are being overfilled and the prisons are supposed to be like deterring crime, why aren't they deterring crime?
There's other factors that play into crime, fatherlessness and other things.
And how does that occur?
Why is there fatherlessness? Because we subsidize single motherhood in our country, and we have since the 1960s.
Do you think the
Especially
war on
in
drugs had any part?
small part, but not really. No. If people decide to do drugs, whose fault is that?
The question is, it's there.
Oh,
and
but
part of our decisions are always wrapped up in the material
let's play
conditions
this
that
out.
we're living in.
If cocaine was right here and I took it, is it the person who dropped it there or my fault if I took it?
Question of fault
Wrong.
is a wrong
My
one.
fault. It's my fault if I take it.
Pretty juicy stuff. Pretty juicy stuff. He made a good point at the end. That's why I saved it. Yeah. Charlie was the man. State Line, appreciate you, bro. Thank you again for being part of it and jumping on with me, man. Thank you so much. That was really good, bro. Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody else. Sir Talk a Lot, appreciate you too. This was a good one. We had some fun. Subscribe, guys, for more live. I'll bring it to you. This was your morning medication. Today, I'm going to go to not like a concert. I forget the name of the concert. The guy that I'm going to see later today. I don't know if I can find it, but I'm going to this concert later today. And it's going to be fun. It's in LA. It's going to be a good time. So I won't be doing an evening medication with you guys. But thank you again, everyone. That was a good chat. I think BA learned a little bit today. That was good. Thank you, BA, for being part of the conversation and learning a little bit. That's good, even though you won't admit it. Charlie Kirk is a great American, 100%. Catch you, man. Catch you, State Line. Catch you guys. Catch you guys so much. Yes, many Republicans miss Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. We hope Kamala runs again in 2028. Can't wait. Thank you, guys, and I will see you guys on the next one.